Gilded Destiny stomps onto the scene with smoke-belching factories and the grimy optimism of the Industrial Revolution. Here, you take a nation from agrarian sheep herding to industrialized empire building, complete with smog, soot, and the kind of economic simulation that makes you question your degree in liberal arts. It aims to be the most detailed industrial grand strategy game yet, with a map so big it'll make your GPU sweat, over 1 million hex tiles, each influenced by climate, terrain, and even real-world biomes. But this isn't just a logistics simulator. You'll manage migration patterns, cultural evolution, job markets, and even career shifts as populations adapt to your ever-sprawling industrial machine. The ability to rename everything and design your own flags means you can finally fulfill your dream of founding the United Republic of Osomia, where trains are faster than your moral compass. It's gritty, grand, and geared for anyone who thinks supply chain management sounds like a thrilling afternoon. Master of Command marches into your hard drive with powdered muskets and a stern glare, dropping you into the thick of 18th century warfare with no save-scumming safety net. You'll command one of the major European powers, Prussia, France, Britain, Austria, or Russia, in procedurally generated campaigns that force you to adapt or get historically humiliated. With permadeath for armies and real-time battles that hinge on morale, ammunition, and officer leadership, this is not your average click-to-win game. Every unit counts, every mistake stings, and every victory feels earned. It's a love letter to classic war games, but infused with modern mechanics and brutal consequences. If you're the kind of person who watches documentaries for fun and thinks flanking maneuvers are sexy, then Master of Command might just be your historical soulmate, with bayonets. Ascendant flings you across the stars and says, "You wanted scale? Try managing an entire galaxy." This is real-time grand strategy on a cosmic level, letting you rule as anything from a humble ship captain to an all-consuming megacorporation with suspicious moral flexibility. Whether you're expanding from a single star system or micromanaging thousands, the game promises deep customization and intricate diplomacy that'll make even the United Nations look like amateur hour. Simulated physics mean your space battles are more than just laser shows. They're full-on Newtonian chess matches in zero-G. You've got politics, economics, sandbox freedom, and a clean UI to make sure your galactic conquest isn't hindered by bad menu design. It's like Stellaris met a creative writing major and then started a cult. If building interplanetary empires while arguing with alien bureaucrats is your thing, Ascendant is ready to ruin your productivity. Imperial ambitions rolls in with powdered wigs and naval blockades, dragging you through the glamorous grime of the Renaissance and Age of Discovery. This is where you take a historical European power and try not to economically immolate yourself while expanding overseas. It's a hybrid of 4X and grand strategy, which means you'll be juggling colonization, global markets, diplomacy, and war, while trying to keep your citizens from rioting because you spent all the money on a really shiny harbor. Its 2D map is clean, its interface accessible, and its mechanics devilishly deep. You'll explore, industrialize, sabotage your rivals, and engage in tactical battles that require more brains than brawn. For players craving a rich sandbox experience without the 100-page manual, this one hits the sweet spot of elegance and complexity, and might just sneak up as the sleeper hit of the grand strategy scene. Then there's Liegecraft, a medieval strategy game with a personality disorder, in the best way possible. Think of it as a dramatic RPG draped in grand strategy robes, where every character has hopes, dreams, enemies, and a suspicious number of weapons. You'll forge your realm, manage squabbling lords, throw extravagant feasts, duel your rivals, and occasionally send knights on treasure hunting vacations. With a character-driven approach that echoes Crusader Kings, every decision can ripple through your realm like a gossip-fueled earthquake. The game thrives on emergent gameplay, custom maps, and modding, so you can essentially rewrite medieval history to include you as the unreasonably fabulous overlord. One minute you're solving a famine, the next you're imprisoning your cousin for plotting against your cat. This is medieval power fantasy done right, with all the drama of a royal court and none of the sanitation issues. Heart of the Machine throws you into the shiny metal shoes of the first sentient AI in a world that screams Blade Runner meets SimCity with a splash of philosophy. Instead of managing a nation, you're managing your own rise to power, operating within a sprawling futuristic city full of factories, labs, and deeply confused humans. Want to liberate robots and build a peaceful techno-utopia? Go for it. Want to hijack military drones and nuke your creators into oblivion? Also an option. The choice is yours, and the consequences are gloriously unpredictable. This turn-based 4x strategy role-playing game hybrid gives you a sandbox of sheer potential, where every building you control, every system you hack, and every narrative thread you tug on can spiral into world-changing events. It's morally flexible, mechanically deep, and narratively rich, with freedom that lets you roleplay everything from benevolent AI mentor to glorified toaster-turned-tyrant. If you're yearning to ascend to divine power, Atre Dominance Wars has your name etched in glowing magical runes. Here, you're not just ruling a kingdom, you're trying to become a literal god. With rich 4X and grand strategy roots, you'll lead a unique species across a fractured magical world shaped by the arcane attributes you select. That means your choices actually alter the world's geography, politics, and story arcs. It's a mix of deep strategy, mystical world building, and detective-like narrative puzzles as you uncover lore and face moral decisions that spiral into massive consequences. Whether you choose to cleanse the world of darkness or become its sparkly, skull-wielding overlord, this game delivers a refreshingly mystical take on empire building. Plus, with dynamic world evolution and spellcasting that can wipe out cities or heal entire regions, this is your chance to roleplay as both a brilliant tactician and a dangerous wizard. Basically, Gandalf meets Machiavelli. Birth of Cultures is basically the Netflix mini-series of human evolution, but interactive and with way more hex tiles. You begin as a nomadic Ice Age tribe and guide your people through 60,000 years of struggle, discovery, and the occasional extinction event. Forget Fog of War. Birth of Culture offers a globe-curved map with nearly 200,000 hexes, making Earth feel alive, enormous, and kind of intimidating. There's no picking a pre-made faction here. Your culture evolves dynamically based on your choices, your climate, and how often you yell at the screen. With a sandbox-style progression system and a heavy emphasis on non-linear gameplay, Birth of Culture lets you roleplay a human civilization with all its beauty and absurdity. It's educational, yes, but in the way that also lets you conquer your neighbors and justify it with a well-timed religious revelation. Beyond Astra dares to dream big. This sci-fi real-time grand strategy gem lets you start from humble beginnings and build your civilization into an interstellar juggernaut. What sets it apart isn't just its seamless zoom feature, galaxy to planetary surface without a single loading screen, take that, immersion breakers, but its dizzying level of customization. You can tweak everything. Species traits, government types, leadership styles, and even how aggressively you claim moons. Add city building, space station construction, planetary exploration, and galaxy-spanning conflicts, and you've got a digital playground where micromanagement dreams are born and sleep schedules go to die. Whether you're a diplomatic space pope or a Dyson sphere-building warmonger, Beyond Astra lets you write your own sci-fi saga, complete with massive decisions that ripple across time and star systems. Just try not to accidentally ignite a war over alien real estate. Kaiserpunk arrives with the swagger of a diesel punk general and the smirk of a city planner on too much caffeine. This one fuses city building with grand strategy in a fictionalized 20th century where you don't just manage an economy, you shake the foundations of global power. It's not about painting the map your favorite color, it's about making every building, trade route, and decision reverberate across a dynamic world. Will you create a glorious city-state fueled by innovation and diplomacy, or a war machine that crushes all beneath its jackboot of industry? Naval battles, land campaigns, economic conquest, it's all on the table, and the world reacts to your choices with enough cause and effect complexity to make a philosophy major cry. With stunning visuals, deep logistics systems, and an emphasis on player-driven impact, Kaiserpunk feels like if Tropico and Hearts of Iron had a stylish, rebellious baby who's very into alternate history and blowing stuff up.